Give it up for day 3000. Ladies and gentlemen, we have 3000 full days since our last major Team Fortress 2 update. Hooray! And with that, welcome to r/TF2 top posts of the month, boys. By the way, sorry for not uploading 4 top posts of the week. I was very busy with university, so I kinda, I couldn't. But I'm back now in full force, and I'm here to celebrate. Isn't it amazing? 3000 days since the last major update. I'm so happy. We're very close to 10 years. Right, 3000 days, that's 8 years. Yeah, we're getting there. A decade since the last major TF2 update soon. Unless that MVM update is anything to write home about, which it won't be. Recently found out my chess set is rare. Look at that. A Team Fortress 2 game of chess. America's #1 chess-themed hat simulator. Now, this is already absolutely amazing, okay? This is a piece of history, alright? But also, as you can see in the last image, it's still wrapped. It's still sealed. This thing is still originally sealed. Text on here says, I've had this chess set for around 13 years or so, and I recently found out they are not that common. I haven't even opened it to get the in-game hat. I can't find an unopened copy online for sale. Not sure what to do with it. I've got a bunch of other old TF2 things from ThinkGeek. Just thought I'd share. This thing, still sealed, I would say is worth hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, okay? I don't think there's even another one around where you can still get the in-game hat from. So I would say keep it longer, alright? Keep it preserved. It's so cool to have this. An actual piece of history. Actual piece of gaming history. Very, very cool. Overgrown Upward painting by Unicorn Owl, who by the way also has a Twitch and a Discord if you want to commission similar artwork right here. And look at that. Isn't that cool? Isn't that amazing? Look at the little picnic setup down there. Very cute. Also, I'm pretty sure this is referencing Overgrown Upward, the map. Is it? Wait. It's called Abandoned Upward. There it is. I'm pretty sure this is the same image, right? Here's the original screenshot, and here's the painting from that. Yeah, I am very sure. This is one of the best TF2 maps in the workshop, I gotta say. Look at how beautiful it is, man. With the crystals and all the overgrown parts. Oh, look at the cave system down there with the mines and stuff. It is very nice. It is a very nice version of Upward. 3D printed Dead Ringer I made for a Secret Santa. Look at that. And it even works. It works. Listen. The sound effects. This is absolutely amazing, made by Photoon, and you can actually just get the 3D file for it by just googling Dead Ringer TF2 3D file, and you just can download it for free on Thingiverse. Also, you can get a small display like the one used for very cheap. Look at this one is only 12 euros, which is also about $12 roundabout. So very, very cheap. You can get a very cheap screen to put into that is small enough to fit. This means you can very easily make your own Team Fortress 2 Dead Ringer. That's actually amazing stuff, no? Very cool. This gets an upvote. This is very, very nice. Found engineer wrenches IRL. Oh my god. Alert. Alert! Real life Team Fortress 2 reference spotted. Can you believe it? I have a feeling that the top one might swing faster than the other two. Not entirely sure why. And yes, I am aware that not any wrench is a TF2 reference, okay? But they really are, okay? Yeah, look at the top comment. TF2 fans, when they discover construction is a real thing and not just a video game mechanic. Wrong. This has to be a TF2 reference. It just has to be. Another comment. Man, that's crazy. I saw a cast iron pan last night in the kitchen. It's wild that these companies steal from TF2 design. That is so true. Pans are TF2 references. Any type of hat also. So all hats are stolen from TF2, I hear. Valve added the Epstein list to TF2. Idle gay people has found the Epstein list. Yo, LMAO. Can you believe it, guys? Epstein list finally found by idle gay people. He now has the power to expose those corrupted people in power. Unfortunately, I have bad news. You could just change what you write in chat to look different. You could change the text color. So this is likely just a little prank by someone. But I have found a Jeffrey Epstein engineer loadout with the list in his pocket. So we know where it actually is, okay? It's right here. If we can only get to this engineer, we finally got the files. Does this change things at all? all, hydrogen bomb versus ubercharged coughing baby. Now, I will say there's a few implications that you may not have thought of here, alright? One is that this baby has a baboon heart implanted into its chest, otherwise it couldn't withstand the power of an ubercharge. So we're not just looking at a hydrogen bomb versus a coughing baby that is ubercharged, we're looking at an ubercharged coughing baby with a baboon heart. So this little baby creature is much more powerful than you might think in the first second of looking at this. So I say the baby has a very good chance against the hydrogen bomb, and this does change things a sufficient amount, alright? Could this be an interesting twist, a payload map with medieval mode? Honestly, I think just a lot more maps could have like medieval mode. Like you could have medieval mode be available for a lot more game modes, but I think it would be more of a gimmick. Like, I don't think it would be played for very long, but it would be fun for the time being, you know? Anything new to TF2 is welcome. Any new additions to the game, great in my book. Is this actually true? Fun fact, Ubercharge doesn't canonically increase strength, it just makes you invulnerable, meaning that the heavy of TF2 is strong enough to stop a train. I'm not actually sure. I gotta say, I think this is correct. Let me go through the comments. Maybe there's something I'm missing. Top comment says it is in my heart. All right. Look at this nerd comment right here. Invulnerability directly leads to more strength. The human body has subconscious locks to prevent you from damaging your muscles beyond blah blah blah. It just means if you are invulnerable, you can exert more strength than usual. Yes, sure, but you know what we're talking about here? We are talking about this damn scene from the end of the line TF2 animation. Look at this. There is no amount of hysteric strength that would make me strong enough to produce the same result, okay? If you put me in front of the train instead, it would have just kept driving, I guess, and just knocked me to the side. Heavy is strong. A post by Feastka. I made a TF2 poster in Battlefield 1 style. Look, all the mercenaries are here. Sniper, spy, engineer, pyro, medic, heavy, soldier, demoman, and of course, scout. He does not look good at all. He's got like blisters, dude. Ugh. What is more evil, sniper rifle or vaccinator? Got a sniper, I dare you walk into my sight line. But we also have medic, 1800 effective HP, 42% ideal uptime, no critical hits, as long as the vaccinator is active. Sniper looking up in fear, 12 full charged headshots, useless against the heavy Ubered with the vaccinator, of course. I will say, the most evil thing you people are all missing, okay? It's if you vaccinator a sniper instead of the heavy. This is something I like to do with my friends sometimes. We just go on 2 for it, and one of us vaccinators, the other goes sniper, and then you can just sniper v sniper and always win, because the other sniper can headshot you as much as they want. They will never kill you because you have a vaccinator on you. And that's also why the vaccinator is far more evil. There you go. What is the strangest slash funniest way you saw someone cheat in TF2? Okay, that was actually on a Reddit post. I don't know what this heavy image has to do with anything, by the way, but it was a demo man called Spy Detector who would just use his wall hacks to alert people when there's a spy around, beeping in voice chat and just running at the spy, not doing anything else. Let me see if I can find it. Oh my god, I found the video. Okay, it was a demo man. Look, it's a demo man called Spy Finder version 6. And all they do is do this thing sound, and when there's a spy around, he's gonna... Oh, he alerted! I cannot be mad at that. If the Overhealer was added to TF2, would it be meta? Overhealer, a level 2 medigun, plus 100% max overheal. Overheal does not decay, no ubercharge. Okay, this thing would not be strong in every game mode, but it would be busted on payload. You can just overheal someone to effectively double their HP, and then just switch before the round. So every class just starts on double HP at the start of the round. Every single time. This thing would be hated on payload. Damn, we got a screenshot right here. Look at that. Saxton Hale about to punch. This is so epic. Let's see if we can find some more funny TF2 screenshots. Maybe there's some in the comments. I mean, there's this Markiplier gif, but actually let me just go through more stuff in the comments here. This is pretty fun. Look at that one. Look at that one. Logan Paul about to be smashed in the face. Or is he called Jake Paul? I I don't know the difference between them. I don't care enough. This gif of soldier, very menacing. Squidward? How did Squidward get here? Thy end is now. Alright, okay. Is that minus prime or something? I forgot. Tough kill cam I got. Right, Mr. After Occasion, you're the second one today. A lot of kill cams today, I suppose. Let's see what we can find in the comment section here. This gif, pretty funny. Why is it so tough? Ah yes, and the obligatory JoJo reference, alright. This mod lets you remove any cosmetic you want while keeping the ones you like. Oh, this would be very useful. And there's a link right here, let me check out the mod. Custom Cosmetic Disabler. There, look at that piece of technology. Equipping the ghastly gibbous. But it's not on soldiers' heads. Can you believe it? Incredible stuff right there. Okay, this is actually quite useful. Once again, called Custom Cosmetic Disabler. What am I looking at here? Team Fortress 2 as Baldur's Gate 1, made in Blender. Okay, well, this might still be peak. Look at that. Little top-down view of all the classes. By one KT133. There's so many cool details. Look, all the options there on the left. The inventory button. On the bottom right, you got to select all team members. I gotta say, I like this a lot. This is very cool. KT133. Masterpiece. Post by IbisFloatingCat, the Mercs, but I turned them all into animals that personally matched them, plus my overly lengthy explanation for why I chose them. LMAO. Okay, I'm gonna be straight with you. That is too much explanation, but let's go through them. I think most of these are pretty self-explanatory, right? Scout as hare. Makes sense. Jumps a lot, is fast. Soldier as the bald eagle. I don't know if any explanation is needed here whatsoever. It's the bald eagle. He's American. He's the soldier. Of course. Pyro. Just Pyro it says here, but he's the healer monster. Look at that tail back there. Aren't these things incredibly, like, venomous? Okay, I read through their explanation real quick. Actually makes sense. Reptiles aren't really able to experience emotion all that much, at least from the stereotype. Also, the healer monster pattern is very, like, volcano themed. So this actually makes sense. It's very cool. Demoman as a reindeer. Read through the explanation real quick. They wanted to give one animal horns. Also, reindeers can do, like, a charge attack with the horns. And Demoman can do that too, right? Also, reindeers sometimes seek out mushrooms to get themselves intoxicated. I think this is a very cool choice. So far, so good. Heavy as grizzly bear. Do we need any explanation for that one? I don't think so. He's big, he's strong, he has a bear appearance just by default. This makes total sense. Engineer as a beaver. No explanation needed here either. He likes to build dams. He likes to build things. Engineer likes to build things, so this is the perfect choice. Medic as a king cobra. I read through the explanation. Apparently snakes are a symbol of medicine. Also, snake venom is sometimes used in medicine. And I will agree with this. Medic has a lot more in common with snakes than with doves, which is the other logical animal. You know, Medic loves doves, but doves are like a symbol of peace, and snakes are far more dangerous, as is a medic. So I think this is a good, solid choice also. Sniper as a dingo. I mean, it's a solid choice. You know, you gotta take something somewhat Australian. One of the explanations they had was, you know, Sniper has this growling voice sometimes, as, you know, obviously dogs also growl, so yeah, I guess this one's solid. And Spy also has hair. Well, it does make sense. He is Scout's dad, so, well, he would be the same species. No? That makes sense. These are all very cool. I like this. Let me give an upvote. It's a good map, but is it kinda overrated? Question mark. What a good 2-fort round. I wonder what map is next. TF2 community. 2-fort again. I think it's the best map, okay? I'm actually a based 2-fort dweller, okay? There's no pressure to do the objective. You can try hard, but you can also chill and be friendly. The funniest, goofiest moments only happen on 2-fort. It's the perfect map if you just want to chill, and that is what I want to do half the time, so I love 2-fort, okay? It's a great map. It's not overrated. It's perfect where it is. In status and everything. Wait, what is this post? Glitch? Question mark? A help post. And attached is the main menu, which looks like so, and all the characters, which look like little cartoon images. Bottom text says, I don't know what has happened to my TF2, but my icons have changed to cartoons. Please tell me what happened and what to do. How does it? But this is not a glitch. You have to have installed this. There's no other explanation. Top comment says someone downloaded the Shellnut mod. And OP replies, I've never downloaded any mods for the game. And he has 1,500 downloads. And then reply to that, you're either lying or have a family member who did. Chill out, lads, okay? It's just confused. Jesus Christ. That's such a funny post. The help post. Help, my TF2 characters have turned into cartoons. I never downloaded any mods. Downvote. Yeah, probably just clear your custom folder. That will do it. Is this guy worth anything anymore? Had him for 5 years, packed away. Not sure if it's worth all that much nowadays. Probably not, because you have to find a buyer. Last one I saw was sold for, I think, $1,000, says top comment. Never mind, I guess. I guess it is worth it. That's worth $1,000. Give me a break, dude. If every class lost their secondary slot, who would suffer the most and who would suffer the least? Medic would suffer a ton because his secondary is the medigun. So medic is immediately useless. Yeah, I think that's pretty much just it. Just medic. Medic is just cooked now. But the other ones are still, you know, at least playable. Today I learned the flying guillotine was meant to be a stock reskin. I just read that post and my brain malfunctioned. Because in my mind, the flying guillotine is a scout secondary, so I thought it was meant to be a pistol reskin, dude. So it was originally supposed to be a melee reskin. Alright, that would have been fine also, right? I think the guillotine, I mean, it's fun the way it is now, and it's probably better. Being able to throw the guillotine is a lot cooler than if it was just one of the many stock reskins that don't get used anyway. Like, for example, when was the last time you saw someone actually use the crossing guard, like, melee reskin? Probably never. You probably forgot this thing even existed. Be honest. Look at who I caught playing TF2. I'm so proud of him. What a nice bottom text. But, as top comment points out, why is he next to a toaster, a waffle maker, and an air fryer? And more importantly, how can you play TF2 on a laptop? It would kill me. It would kill me to play this game on a laptop. I could never. Absolute trooper here. Okay, absolute unit playing any game on a laptop. I couldn't. Unless I'm in university and need to play some Geometry Dash because I'm too bored to listen to anything the professor has to say. It's crazy that Soldier and Sana share brain cells, and it's adorable and funny, right, Soldier? There is Mummy in the room with us. Oh, I knew this day would come quickly, Sana. Go find me some honey while I take my pants off. Yes, I will also take pants off. My Russian accent sucks, by the way. Marasmus, meet my new roommate. I am his wife, but we're also roommates. You've been replaced, Marasmus. Hurts, doesn't it? I bet you'd like to kill her. I really like the TF2 comics, man. They are really cool. What a shame that there won't ever be a new one unless there's more fan comics anytime soon, huh? Come on, community, make more. Make stuff for Papa Gaben. What do you all think? Discussion post. NSFW on this subreddit? Probably fine, I'm sure. If a cloaked spy is taking then the becomes invisible or remains visible? Question mark. That is the question. I would assume it would likely remain visible. That would be my guess. But yours is as good as mine. We need a canon answer. Maybe email Gabe about this. I hear he still reads his emails. In Meet the Medic, it is shown that Medic had to do surgery on every one of the team. This is the canonical explanation why every member of the team can be ubercharged in-game. Therefore, Medic is the only mercenary to know who is underneath Pyro's mask. He opened them up for the surgery. This is correct. They all have baboon hearts implanted, which is important because otherwise the ubercharge would instantly kill anyone. So, yes, Medic knows Pyro's gender. Confirmed. No f***ing way. Let's go, 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 go. Alright, buddy, calm down. They unboxed an unusual killer exclusive with the effect Frostbite. Let me check what this is worth. Okay, never mind. It is actually very good. Frostbite killer exclusive is currently being bought at 1,200 keys, which is about $2,500. And that is only the bots buying this. You know, the ones who are out for profit and profit only, meaning that you can probably get some more. You can probably get like $3,000 to $4,000 out of this. Oh my god. This is probably good a time as Eddie to tell you guys to not gamble, okay? Don't do it. It's just bad. I've already opened many crates in TF2 and rarely have I ever gotten lucky, okay? It's just don't do it unless you don't need the money. Forever sad about this page going unused in the TF2 comics. I've never seen this before. Demo breaking free from his bounds, walking at sniper, instead grabbing random syringes and injecting himself. I'm not sure what the context is. It would be a demo man thing to do to a degree. I don't know. Is this official? I suppose it is. Official stuff that was scrapped. Interesting. Look at how content demo man looks in the last panel. Yeah, very good. NSFW post titled, "Why is Jarrate yellow and not red?" Okay, I'll click on this. Like, I get it that it's supposed to be but like, is a reddish brown, not yellow. Is something wrong with Sniper? Look at this comment. Go to a doctor. Jesus Christ, lads. Ay, ay, ay. Should there be an Unmasked Spy Cosmetic for TF2? Because we have Spy in the last comic unmasked, so we actually know what he looks like. I would say yes, absolutely. Why not? We know what he looks like now in canon, so why wouldn't we? I'm sure we're gonna see it within the next year or so, eventually. Discussion post. If all players dropped small health kits on death, how would it affect the gameplay? I would say any melee-based class is immediately buffed. So Spy is stronger, Demo Knights are stronger, and classes that rely on distance are weaker, so Sniper would be nerfed, which is actually probably a good thing, because right now Spy is probably the weakest class in TF2 and Sniper the strongest, so I think this might be a good change. We could just put this in the game and see how it works out. I think this might be good. Discussion post. Does Spy do anything better than Sniper? My answer to this would be no, he does nothing better than Sniper, and Spy is just a very weak class. That is still very fun to play, don't get me wrong, but it's just, yeah, Sniper has to be, like, better at everything, I'm pretty sure. You know, as a in-game class, not obviously Sniper can't backstab and Spy can't headshot, you know, they're different, but a Sniper would be stronger, I would guess. Let's read the comments. Top comment, your mother! How could I fall for this? Look at, I'm this scout currently. Here's another top comment. Spy occasionally picked over Sniper in competitive in order to relay what the enemy team is doing over comms, or pick an important target outside of Sniper sightlines. Alright, okay, sure. Occasionally, this might be true. Silversurfer.exe. Look at that scout. Creepy. What a Spycicle can do to a man. My god. There's another Sniper in the background on the ground. Have you noticed? Did you see it? By the way, for those of you who didn't know, like me, Silver Surfer is apparently a Marvel superhero who looks like this. Very cool. I don't know if he really looks the same. He looks more like a random SCP who escaped confinement. You know, like a weeping angel sort of deal. Okay, this is Diabolical. Gameplay post by just a random Aussie. Not sure if we've ever seen anything from them before, but just look at this, okay? Little skirmish here with the soldier and the medic. Random crits the soldier, so he just retreats. Medic keeps charging at him. He whiffs everything. So rock, paper, scissors, which is what you do a lot in TF2 when both people just whiff. Okay, if both just suck, you do rock, paper, scissors. Cancels the taunt. Taunt kills him. This is absolutely diabolical. Incredible stuff. This is awesome. What is the car doing? The car seems to be interested in the teleporter. That... Oh, also, the mercenaries. That's awesome, dude. I kind of want to try this with my cat now. Thank you, Saint, for blessing us with this post. This is absolutely awesome. Look at the cute car. We lost a real one today. NSFW content. This gonna be a joke post? Okay. r/Omegatronic NSFW is banned. What was happening over there? I was not aware of this. For those of you who don't know, Omegatronic was like the name of the bots, like the TF2 bots that ravaged the game for years. Apparently there was a subreddit posting of them, I'm guessing. But what did they do to get banned off of Reddit? Whatever. What is this thing on the side of the Frontier Justice? I'm gonna be honest, I'm not exactly a weapons expert myself, but my guess would be you could pull up the lid here and it would make a laser thing appear, you know, like a laser that helps you gauge what the shotgun is currently pointed at. But thankfully we have an explanation through the top comment here. Crits are stored in the cylinder. There you go. How couldn't I figure that? Crits are stored in the cylinder. There it is. Solved. Mystery solved. All the mercenaries by Toasty Ghosty. We got Scout currently stealing the intelligence. Medic looking at Archimedes. Demoman taunting and drinking. I like the demo illustration a lot. Demoman looks cool in this style. Sniper doing what Sniper does. Spy in a cool pose. Pyro about to burn something down. Soldier doing the fresh brewed victory taunt. Engineer angrily pointing at something so the sentry shoots it. Also, Engineer looks hella buff in this. Jesus. And Heavy wildly shooting at things. Also, why is Heavy like wearing this little mask? In any case, this is absolutely amazing. Okay, in all my time playing TF2, with all the random things I've seen, I've never seen anything like this. And I got 10k hours. Posted by Beginning External, who, by the way, has an Observer Spy as his profile picture. Look at what they're doing to this poor scout. I've never seen that. I've never seen that happen. This is one of the strangest things I've ever seen in TF2. The last thing I ever ordered from the official Valve store before it shuts down. This proudly hangs in my bathroom. Mr. Regular You, this is absolutely awesome. By the way, end of the line, controversial opinion maybe by me, but I think it was the best TF2 update we ever got. I know, controversial, whatever. Also, I am deeply saddened that I will never be able to get the Spy Crab ever, unless I spend literally thousands of dollars, which I won't do. Cool memorabilia. He's watching cartoons. Another 2-4 sighting, boys. Look at this one. Bro, I swear to God, the fact that you can just find these people just in TF2, unrelated to anything, just doing these bits is so cool. Unhelpful fat engineer. He's just sitting in front of his dispenser, being unhelpful and fat. He's even wearing the 3 chin cosmetic. I swear to God, in no other game, this is epic. I'll actually upvote this. I want to reward posts like these. This is disgusting. A gameplay post by Gustavinho Plays called the Faciest Stab of 2026. You are not ready for this, okay? These two were normal stabs. Normal. Enter the engineer, the subject of this video. What? Now, okay, what you have to understand, in TF2, when you turn around, there's a frame where your character looks like he's still looking in the other direction, okay? Which is usually how face stabs happen, right? You turn, but your model still looks the other direction. At least as far as the server is concerned. But why would this engineer turn here? I think he just didn't. I think the game really just messed up here. There's no reason for him to turn. I have no explanation for this. I don't. This is crazy. It's actually just his face. He is stabbing his face. I don't understand. Usually I have some sort of inkling of what happened, but I just don't here. I don't know what happened. My idea for a weapon for a sniper. Plan C. This item is invisible when equipped. Upon receiving a backstab, the spy will explode. However, you will also explode. If I leave, I'm taking you to hell with me. That's an awesome idea. As a spy main, I would love this. What is that? What did they mean by this? System message that popped up in TF2 recently. The item and matchmaking servers will be unavailable for approximately 5 minutes while we hose them down. I think this just means what they say. They're hosing down the servers. They're taking actual hose from the garden and going to the physical servers and hosing them down for one reason or another. Actual average TF2 developer activities. I don't know, man. Things Valve do. I don't know. What do you want me to say? Probably the heavy update is coming. Every other TF2 mercenary with Maxwell. Everyone that isn't just a normal TF2 mercenary cast. Let's see how many of these I know. I'm actually very bad with names. Saxton Hale, very easy. Isn't that the lady who, like, works with Saxton? I think so, I don't know. Redmond and Plutarch with Maxwell. Probably, you know, he's just there. They're killing each other. Greyman. Greyman is huge in this. Look how tiny Maxwell is. My God. Marasmus. Who would not know Marasmus? This lady. I don't know who that is. The administrator. Very good. Maxwell very much suits the administrator's style, I will say. She does need like a cat. It helps the evilness for some reason. Shauna, soldier's wife. The civilian with a tiny Maxwell underneath his hat. And finally, this girl. Was this the administrator when she was young? Or I forgot. I think so. Not sure. Imaginary weapons guy. Look, it's a heavy in the kill cam using his brass beast, which is completely invisible. This is actually a very common TF2 glitch. It will become visible as soon as the heavy swaps weapons. I don't know why this happens, but it's very common. It happens a lot. It's a common occurrence. Most useless item I've ever seen. A collector's professional kill streak rocket jumper. Is there actually a way to get kill credit with the rocket jumper? I think there's just straight up no way, unless the rock paper scissors thing still works. In any case, you can no longer make these, so this is probably actually worth the $5,000 that it's listed for here, which is pretty crazy to think about. Are Demo and Spy the only classes without any really terrible, unusable weapons? I don't think there's any soldier weapon that's unusable or too terrible. Oh, and yeah, medic, I suppose, you know. He's still fine also. Also, bottom text, don't discuss the image. Actual top comment, I would like to discuss the image. Very good. Insane pull. At 1 AM, my hands are shaking. Unusual Brotherhood of Arms. Sunbeams effect. Let's go gambling. Aw, dang it. The funny meme. I made funny noises, guys. Hilarious, right? Yeah, no, the odds of actually getting something like this are 0 to none. Okay, do not gamble. Do not do it. But if if you do, I'm just saying you might get something cool like this, which, as this comment points out, is worth about 200 keys, which is $400. Think about that. Papa Gaben is hungry. Buy some keys, maybe. Meet the Brawler, fan-made 10th TF2 class. Also his weapon and basic info. So this is the Brawler, has a boomerang, is black, got this funny hair, and got a rope, and strong feet. Look at those feet, dear God. So we got main, fists to punch and feet to kick in mid-air. Not as powerful as any other melee in the game, but it's 2 times faster and practical. Wider and longer range. When using melee, it's possible to jump onto walls and make an impulse to the place you are looking. It's possible to do it only 1 time in mid-air, restarting when touching the ground. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but it could be cool in-game. Sounds like just a lot of movement and very fast punching to me. Secondary, can be thrown from a medium distance, does normal damage, comes back to your hands if it hits something, wall, ground, enemies. If it's a critical hit, in brackets or headshot, it stuns the target, unable to move for only milliseconds. Good for situations where it's too dangerous to get closer. Alright, I don't know what a stun for milliseconds would do, but sure. And the tertiary, a rope. Medium, large range, can be thrown and get stuck into walls, ground, enemies, etc. It can be used to pull the player itself to whatever place it was thrown with a medium power. Not sure what that means. It can also be used to pull enemies closer, doing the opposite of Pyro's air blast. Doesn't do much damage and has a small cooldown. Now that could be fun to pull enemies into sentries, is something I can think of immediately, but otherwise that seems like a very, very weak class. And there's a bunch of information here. Okay, well, I gotta say, it's not the worst concept I've ever seen for a 10th class, but also by far not the best. Okay, I'm sorry, it's cool, but is it cool enough? Probably no. There's a TF2 reference in Minecraft. The creeper is a spy. Yes, TF2 and Minecraft actually go back quite a long time. There's even a TF2 hat called the Top Notch, which was added to the game for Notch. Like, actually, the Notch, the guy who made Minecraft, because people didn't believe that he was actually Notch when he said it in TF2 chat, so he has this hat now to prove it. From what I know, he hasn't used it in years, because he doesn't really, he doesn't care all that much anymore, but, they have history. Anyways, lads, with that, click the video in the center of your screen now to stay on the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Sorry for the long pause in uploads. I was busy and scared of my last test that was coming up, which I had last Saturday. We'll see if I even passed. I hope I did. And with that, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.